A new topic is picked each week. 20 questions are asked, 10 each. One person's a fan, the other had to cram. The winner picks for next week and gets bragging rights. The loser gets to hang his head in shame.
Today is January 2nd, 2018, and this is episode 28, Gotham. I'm Justin.
And I'm Jared.
Let's get ready for the Fan-Cram Showdown!
Happy New Year, Jared. Welcome back.
Na 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 na. Is that the music I'm gonna have?
Is that the music I'm going to
Some
play?
old school Batman?
No, I'm not going to play that. I'm going to play
I
something
realized
dark
after I
and
did
broody.
my Batman opening, I realized that this isn't Batman.
No,
It's Gotham.
it's little baby boy Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Quick notes before we start. The Little Witch Academia episode will probably be going up the same time as this episode, because
Double
a
feature.
little Mr. Tokidoki Tensai decided to not send me the file before he went on vacation. So
Okay, for the record,
So-
I thought I'd sent it.
Uh-huh.
I left, and then you said it did not go through, so I fucked up. But I didn't do it on purpose.
Well, be a double
my
feature
defense.
for the new year. So
Yeah.
we did not pod fade. We are alive, and we hope everyone had a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a Happy New Year.
Yes, and our next gift is Justin with his first question.
That's me, sir. All right. Let's pull up my questions that I thought I had open. Here they are. A simple, short answer for you to start off.
Uh-huh.
In Barbara's apartment, one of the walls in her apartment has what in place of a window?
Is what in place of a window? Barbara's apartment. So, damn you and your open questions. I'm gonna say, instead of a window, it is a piece of plywood. Oh, my final answer.
Oh, well, sir, that's incorrect. It's actually a
Oh, shocker.
it's a clock. It's a clock. She has a big clock.
Oh, I was close with the cardboard.
With the cardboard
With
plywood, thing. Yeah.
So, spoiler alert, I may not have seen every episode.
Well,
But
I mean,
I'm going
you
to try
see,
my best to
you
bullshit
see
my way
Barbara's
through.
apartment in the very first episode. So, next question, sir.
I know. All right. In the pilot episode, Selena Kyle steals something from a woman's bag. What is it?
That would
Good
be
answer.
milk. Final answer.
Can we be more specific? I'm just kidding. Yeah, it's correct. A carton of milk. It is not loose milk.
Okay. Well, I mean, it was milk. It was milk.
Yeah. Kitty cat.
All right. Next question. Because of its logo, the goon assisting the two kidnappers mistakes a local shipping company for what kind of company? This is multiple choice. Did he mistake it for a butcher's company, barbecue restaurant, a catering service, or a cleaning service?
A catering service. Final answer.
Well, ding, ding, ding. That's correct, sir. It was a catering service that he thought it was a plate and a fork, but it was a trident and a globe.
Victor Zsasz kills a wounded officer after Gordon escapes the GCPD. He marks his arm for the new victim. By that point, he has more or less than 25 victims.
Less. Final answer.
Incorrect.
No, I thought
More.
I thought she was the 23rd. What was it? What was?
She was 28.
Ah, damn. I was thinking she was the 23rd.
Yusa.
All right. True or false? Viper, a new drug sweeping the streets of Gotham, causes a boost in strength followed by death, and is the precursor to the drug called Titan. True or false?
False. Final answer. Although I'm not 100% sure.
You would be correct, sir. Do you remember what the name of the real drug is?
No, that was the thing I didn't know. I didn't know.
Well, it's not Titan. Titan's from the video game, the Arkham game. That's the potion that Joker drinks and gets all big and stupid. And Venom is the actual thing that leads to the creation of Bane.
So Viper leads to Venom.
Yeah, that's what they say in the. That's what they lead. That's what they say in the show. The guy said.
That's what I was thinking.
The guy says that it's like an outdated version of the serum. The new one's called Venom. That like,
gotcha.
But the guy going around giving it out was giving out the old stuff.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I thought because when I was seeing that, I was making that connection, but I didn't know if it was for sure. Maury Quillen
Did I give you
complains that the press
Wait,
coverage.
Did I give you your point?
I have, yes, hopefully. Well, no. I have 2. You have 1.
Here we go. 2.
All right. Maury Quillen complains that the press coverage of the missing children has increased the heat and demands an additional $5,000 for her services. Is this true or false?
5,000. True. Final answer.
You are correct.
That's the same. That's the same goon that I was asking about. You actually got his name. I didn't.
I should have asked you. Who
You should have just asked me the guy's
supplying
name.
the drug.
I wouldn't have known it. All right. Butch places a cell phone bomb on the armored car used to steal Falcone's money. What was the ringtone when he called it? This is multiple choice for you. Was it the Nokia cell phone tune? The final.
Can you sing that? Can you sing each of these?
It's the. That's the Nokia one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
But that's my only Nokia. That's the only one. All right. Next one. The final countdown. Next, Eye of the Tiger.
Can you sing that one too?
Or after that, The House of the Rising Sun. Which one was the ringtone?
Okay, so it's between or or is it between what's it and then what's the last one? House of the Rising Sun. How's that one go?
That's House of the Rising Sun.
Let me think. I'm gonna go Hail Mary. I'm gonna final countdown. Final answer.
Oh my God, that would be correct, sir. It is the final countdown.
Yeah, I would do it. That's an awesome song. Plus, it's fits because it's a countdown. Who the hell would put a Nokia ringtone?
I mean,
like that?
you didn't know if he just had a Nokia phone and it was just the basic ringtone. I don't know. All right, next question.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. How many companies in Gotham stock the ATP drug, according to Gordon? More or less or equal to 3?
Equal to. Final answer.
Correct.
Hey.
Bing. I think that's my last, more or less, question.
Okay. This is a short answer for you. What led Ivy to be living on the streets? What was the reason that she had to start living on the streets?
What's the reason?
There's a specific thing that happens.
She... Wait. Her apartment blows up. Final answer.
Oh,
I know that one for sure.
Man, that's so close. That's not what happens. Wrongo. It is the death of her mother. Her mother commits suicide, and she goes out to the streets.
It's like a blowing up of a relationship.
Well,
you know,
kind of, but the apartment did not blow up.
Okay. Oh! I got a multiple choice.
All right.
What was the name of Bill Cranston's weapon for interrogating suspects? Is it O'Neill, O'Brien, O'Connor, or O'Doyle?
Oh my God, I do not know. Say them one more time.
O'Neill, O'Brien, O'Connor, or O'Doyle?
I'm gonna go with O'Neill. Final answer.
That would be incorrect.
Oh my God!
It was O'Brien.
What a surprise on that one.
It was O'Brien, and it O'Brien.
Okay. Here is another Butch question. Butch admits to his good mob friend Saviano that he cheated him out of what when they were kids?
God damn it with these open answer ones, man.
I'm sorry. I mean, it's like a specific thing.
He cheated him out of a... I'm going to say a baseball card. Final answer.
A baseball card. Man, once again, that's super close, but not the right answer. The right answer would be steaks. Angus steaks. They had both
as a kid.
They had both stolen from a butcher shop, and Butch kept the steaks for himself.
Man, I was way off.
Definitely.
All right. The man who handcuffed Donald Danzer to the balloons was wearing a mask with what animal on it? Rabbit, frog, cat, or pig?
Pig. Final answer.
Correct.
Ding, ding, ding.
'Twas a pig.
'Twas a pig.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. 1, 2, 3, 3. Yes.
4, 3.
Yes. Give me another point if you want.
Oh, okay. Gerald Crane's first victim had a phobia of what? This is multiple choice. Was it snakes, pigs, heights, or water?
Snakes, pigs, height, or water? Snakes, pigs, height, or water. I don't 100% remember. I can say snakes. Final answer.
Oh my God! Did you watch this show? Incorrect.
I did watch it partly.
The very first victim is him throwing him off of a building. Heights.
Okay, spoiler alert. You ever watch Law and Order SVU?
No, I actually haven't.
Yeah, you know?
No.
Have you ever watched any Law and Order show?
No.
Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of a rundown of how those episodes go.
Okay, please.
And how I feel about some of the Gotham episodes.
Okay, please tell me.
It starts with a simple plot.
Mm-hmm.
You think it's going in one direction, and by the halfway point, the plot switches to a whole other thing, and by the end, it's about something completely different. So when these episodes are like an hour long, sometimes, and if I'm not fully paying attention, I kind of lose the thread. So, forgive me. I love Batman, but these episodes need to not be so long.
Okay, alright. Next question. In Ed's letter to Miss Kringle, what hidden message did he put in between the lines? This is a short answer as well.
Wait, it's my question to you.
Wait, did I skip that?
You
Oh.
just gave me an X because
Hey,
I sucked ass.
Hey, sorry. Sorry. Okay, you go.
Professor Isaac Steiner said that Podolsky, while a biochemist by trade, had always been interested in what other field? Philosophy, literature, politics, or psychology?
Philosophy, final answer.
You must have watched this show.
I think I did.
Correct.
I think I did watch the show.
Oh my gosh. 3 more questions and my torture can be over.
All right.
You're starting to pull away, man.
All right. Next question. In Ed's letter to Miss Kringle, what hidden message did he put in between the lines? This is a short answer.
I don't know, but I know from just conversations past, he had some weird thing about her name being Kris Kringle. So I'm gonna say like Merry Christmas. Final answer.
Oh my god.
Some other bullshit like that.
Oh my god. Oh my god. That's incorrect. He literally.
Are you sure? Can you go double
just
check?
Put his name. He put Nigma into the letter.
Oh, yeah. See, that was my second guess.
Oh, okay. All right.
All right. What is O'Brien? Open answer.
Oh my god.
Going off on the last question I gave you.
Is this the like? I don't even remember this character. What character is this that this revolves around?
Okay, this Bill Cranston.
I don't even remember who he is. Is he the Irish guy? Is that why you were doing that horrible accent?
No, it's because all the name of the weapon he uses for interrogating suspects is an Irish name.
I don't remember.
So I was
this.
using
I'm gonna
my awful Irish accent.
I'm gonna say it's his gun. I don't remember this character. Final answer.
Incorrect. O'Brien is a statue that he uses to beat suspects.
I have to Google this man. I will Google it after we are done because I do not remember this character.
You do that.
I will.
Because it's tight.
All right. This is a true or false question. I don't think you'll get this one either.
Thank you. You don't know. I got a 50-50 shot.
So this is true or false. Bruce discovers his father's hidden remote in a book on Alexander the Great.
Hidden remote. False. Final answer.
Do you have any idea who it would possibly be? A book on?
If it wasn't Alexander the Great, I would say Roosevelt.
Incorrect, but you are correct. It's false. But it's not Roosevelt. It's
That's all that counts.
it was Marcus Aurelius. It was a book on Marcus Aurelius.
Oh, same thing.
Definitely not.
If this ends in a tie and I win,
I mean,
I'm going to hate myself.
How are you going to tie?
Because you got to give me another point. I'm at 4.
Uh-huh.
2, 3,
But
4.
I'm at 5.
And if I get another one, I get 5.
But
and
you're not going to get
you
another
don't get the
one.
next 2.
You only get one more question.
That was... No, we're on... Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark me up to 4.
Oh,
I've got
oh
4
shit,
right now.
yeah. I'm sorry.
And there's a 10th question.
I'm sorry. You are correct. You have one more question, and I think you'll get it because
2
it's
more for
very
you.
easy. So
Wait, I gotta give you yours.
Okay. Go.
Okay. After Victor Zsasz incident at the GCPD, the other officers treat Gordon poorly. Bullock says the reason is that Gordon is a reminder. What is that reminder? Open answer.
That they
And I'll give you a little
okay.
flexibility.
That they're cowards. Final answer.
Oh, Pooh, you're right.
Oh.
Mm-mm-mm.
So
You are
next question
correct.
for you. This was very similar to one that you already had, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask it just to give you a little pity point. In the very first scene of the show, Selena steals what 2 items?
Oh, well, she steals the milk.
Mhm. She steals something right after
What's the
that.
thing she stole?
Oh my god, if you don't get this.
I don't think I'll get it. I'm just gonna say someone's wallet. Final
That's
answer.
exactly right. Ding, 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 ding. It was someone's wallet.
Put another point on the board.
Oh my god, please tell me
For
your
old
thoughts
J-Rod.
on this show.
Wait, no, you have to get yours.
Oh, okay. Give me your last one.
Maroni tells Falcone that there's nothing more dangerous than what? Open answer.
Maroni tells Falcone that there's nothing more dangerous than...
Blank. What?
I don't remember.
Oh, you don't remember
I
this
don't.
quintessential
I
scene?
definitely don't.
That was
A woman scorned, I'll say. Since that's a big quote. Final answer.
yeah. That'd be incorrect. It's an honest man.
Oh, an honest man. Okay.
Speaking of Gordon.
Of Gordon.
Oh, see how close that was? Of
Of
Gordon. Look how close that was.
Hey, you were 1 point behind me. And then you could have tied me. So
Yeah. Do you have any? You don't have.
I
any
don't
questions
have any
left, do you?
left over.
Okay, let me read you my. Young Bruce holds his hand over a flame to test his pain tolerance. Which hand does he burn?
50-50, his
Correct.
left.
Incorrect. His right. I should have asked that
Should have.
one. I was gonna ask this one, but you sound like you already knew it. Quillen describes the logo of the kidnapper's truck to Gordon and Bullock. What 2 things are on the
It
logo?
was China and a globe.
Yep. In the episode, The Spirit of the Goat, Bullock states that the goat always kills the oldest daughter. True or false?
It was the oldest. It was false. It was the oldest child.
Correct. You would have gotten that. When Alfred asks Bruce why he's not afraid of the goat coming after him, what reason does Bruce give for his fearlessness?
Because he's got no one to miss him or something like that. It was something like that. He's got no one that cares for him or something.
Well, no one left in the world that the goat could take from him.
Okay.
Which, kind of a roast on Alfred
Yeah, a little
there.
bit.
After Fish's first attempt failed to bring Gordon in, this is after she learned Oswald was alive, Falcone sends who to get him?
Victor Zsasz. And his 2 girls.
I already gave that away, so. When Penguin sneaks into Liza's apartment, what does he take with him when he escapes?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Was it a scarf?
Correct. And that's it. All my questions.
On your questions.
All right, so you were asking me a question about
I want to
show?
ask you, did you like the show?
Okay. Let me just say, for what it is, I enjoyed it, but I think it could have been better.
I agree with that.
And some of that might have been my hang up on some of the continuity I already know about the Batman universe.
Yeah, throw that out the window.
And that, yeah, I know. And so that, it took me a while to kind of put that to the side and say, okay, if they were rewriting this, what would they do? And here's my biggest gripe with it. I mean, I think the first season, as far as the actors and all that stuff and like just how it's shot, is really good for what it is. My biggest thing is that if you have a show about Gotham, what I wanted to see was like a police procedural from like the GCPD without the crazies. You know, like I enjoyed all the stuff with Maroni and Falcone and Fish and all that stuff, but like almost every episode it was like this like wink wink. You're like, hey, you know, this guy's coming later, like you know, Enigma, and you got Penguin over here, and then like you later on you're gonna get Joker, and it's like there are all these winks, and that's why I think it was kind of hard for me to get the hang up of the continuity is off because these people don't show up until after Batman arrives. And so I think that was my biggest issue is like this could have been a lot, in my opinion, a lot better show because they could have just like take Batman, like you obviously have Bruce, whatever, put him to the side, put all the crazies to the side, and just show me like a corrupt cop system
set in Gotham,
and like have it focus on Gordon and him trying to like be this like Boy Scout in this like corrupt system and like trying to survive. Like that's compelling to me because it shows like the human side of it. You don't have to do like capes and cowls and like the crazy people that we get in the comic books. So I wanted more of that, and I think that they were too busy trying to like set up these characters for like later continuity that you know is coming, but it's like then they end up having to just rewrite everything, and so I think I was just a little frustrated with that. But I mean, overall, I like the show. Is entertaining, and last time we spoke about this, you were talking about that you wanted to watch a show because of one scene you saw with Joker in like season 5 or whatever. But I mean, I'd be up for continuing to watch this, or at least to finish season 1, and continue on. The reason why I didn't finish it, not because I didn't like it, it was because I literally had very little time to watch, even though we had 2 weeks.
So
family and all that shit. So each episode is an hour long, so I didn't have that much time to sit and watch.
Understandable.
But I liked it overall.
Good.
What about you?
So
since you were kind of jumping on the show,
I need to rescind my original thoughts. Originally, I thought that the majority of this show was bad. And I think it's for the very reason that you said, is like in my head, it was fucking with my continuity of Batman, and I didn't like that. So I didn't like the show because of that. I came back to it with this, and like totally just like, this is just its own set thing. They're doing their own fucking universe, and I enjoyed it a lot. I still think one of the things that bothers me is the Fish Mooney character. Not a huge fan of her character. I am okay with her, but when we go to the island with her and she has her own little story arc, that is the most boring shit that I do not care about. And I don't know if you got to that point in the show, but
I didn't.
She leaves Gotham and she gets stranded on an island, basically. And there's this evil man there, and she's trying to take over the island. It's the most boring shit I don't care about, and I just want to see what's happening in Gotham, because that's not happening in Gotham.
Right.
But yes, I really like the show. I would agree with a bunch of references and all that shit. Like having a whole episode dedicated to Venom, what makes Bane. That is, it's all just like, hey, we know Bane, and we know you know Bane too.
Right.
This is the precursor to Bane. So there is a lot of that, and I think the show could do with less of it, which I don't think season 2 stops doing.
Right.
But I'm okay with the crazies. I think it could tone down on that, but I'm okay with them.
Yeah. So, like, did you not like Fish's character because of Jada Pinkett Smith, or you just think they wrote her character?
I just don't really like her character. I just don't. I think her acting is fine. It's just like her character doesn't click with me. I don't think she's that great, and I think everything that she does is boring.
I think at the beginning, at the beginning, like her character was intriguing just because it was kind of new. I think the way her take on the character was interesting. Granted, I haven't seen it all the way through, so you know, I think that from the way you're describing it, putting someone on an island, if they're not an already strong, like super strong character, it definitely can kind of fall into pit holes of just like not being engaging at all. So, and that's the thing is like if I were to take the show and say I just like remove any thought of Batman out of my head, and I take it as just like this is a crazy town with some crazy people, and just say like, see, these are new characters. Like I don't know what they're ultimately gonna be. I could see it being a compelling story that way, but then you have this like side story of Bruce. Like they keep bringing Bruce back, and so then you're like, well, okay, this kid's parents get killed. Why the fuck do they keep bringing him back? You know, why is he's like integral part of like certain story plots and stuff like that. So that kind of would mess with if I were to kind of rewire my brain to think of it in a different way. But and we're gonna get in here in a little bit about like what were the big changes and stuff. But I think if they kind of toned it down to like if this is like a real world, like more of a real world scenario, but just kind of set in the Gotham universe. I think it'd be really cool. I mean, even if they did it with Batman, like if it was like when Batman's actually around and just like focused on like the GCPD,
then they'd have to have a Batman.
I think that would be a compelling story because.
And apparently, like no one,
could be like in the background.
I don't understand why no one on TV wants to touch Batman. I don't know if there's some kind of Warner Brothers deal or something to where they can't really do Batman. But I mean, fucking CW did Superman.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, each character has its own like licensing and shit. You know, it's who knows who owns what rights to what, but yeah, it's just that's just kind of like a legal nightmare. I'm sure it's probably exists. Because like with the MCU, like some characters are like certain, like depending on like if it's a TV version or the comic book version or the movie version, like sometimes they're owned by different people. Because they sold the rights off to somebody else.
Oh, hey, speaking of that, Marvel bought... Disney bought Fox, so there's that. Now Marvel owns like the majority of the characters back.
Yeah, so... Well, we can... what... so I don't know... Do you know, like, the big ones that are in that merger?
It's all
it
of
is, like,
them.
way off topic.
It's X-Men, Fantastic Four, that includes Doctor Doom, Galactus.
Yeah. Oh, they do get Fantastic Four, okay. They could do some crazy shit.
God, I'm so excited for Doctor Doom. Okay, back to Gotham.
Yeah, as far as like doing Batman, I mean, even with like, you watch Smallville, right?
No, I did not.
Okay, well, Smallville sometimes had this problem where they were referencing things in the future. You know, they had to rewrite earlier continuity. So like, fucking what's his name? God, the goddamn. Why the fuck am I blanking on him?
Lex Luthor.
Lex Luthor. Thank you. God damn it.
Oh my god, I got it.
I know. My brain's just farting all over the place. So okay, Lex Luthor in Smallville is the friend of Superman of Clark Kent, which it does not exist in the comic books, but they were able to write it in a way that was compelling. It was just kind of like this Elseworld tale. But then he always had to find this way of like, okay, Lex Luthor's not necessarily an asshole, but he kind of becomes one. And you know what happens when he finds out that Clark has these powers and stuff. And so I mean, they had to write all these like extra stuff, and that's what they're kind of doing here is where it's like, oh, we got to like hook people in with these characters, but we got to like write them in this weird new continuity. And so it just. They were kind of beating around the same bush, but it's just it's a good show. I just think that it could have been written better, at least as far as the characters being used.
Well, and this is only season 1, and there are 4 seasons now. So
right, and I don't know if they just felt like if we don't have these characters, people won't be interested. But I mean, I think at least for me,
I think they wanted to grab people. Like, hey, you
Right.
know Riddler, you know Penguin.
Right, but I think it ends up them just kind of screwing themselves over for later because it's like, then it's all about like this name dropping stuff, and it's you know if people want new. I know they like Batman, but they also like new stories and things that are kind of have a different take on it. And if you keep bringing back the same people, some of them which are not the most interesting characters. I mean, you know, Edward Nygma is cool in certain circumstances, but you know. You don't need to like bring. I mean, some of these the rogues gallery of Batman are kind of like bullshit, for lack of a better term.
Excuse me, we're gonna fight because Batman has the best rogues gallery of any superhero.
No, he of superheroes, he does have the most recognizable and some of the best, but some of them are bullshit.
Which ones? Which one do you think? Which one? Come on, let's fight.
Okay. Don't take it from how they are now, but how they were originally written. Okay.
Oh no. Okay. No, never mind.
No.
Never mind. I don't want to fight.
I'm gonna take.
I don't want to fight because they're not gonna. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
No,
Mr. Freeze is my favorite Batman villain, and it's because of the animated series, and it's not because of his original character, because his original character was dumb as shit. But the animated series made him my favorite character, my favorite Batman villain.
Yeah, and just like all the other characters, they were rewritten to be more three-dimensional. But you got to think about when they were written. It's just like somebody looking at some shit in their office and making a character off of it. I mean, someone saw a clown and was like, the Joker, you know, it's a crazy clown. Two-Face, he's got
Two-Face.
One side fucked up. Yeah, and then it's like the Riddler. He likes to make riddles and just like fuck with Batman. Like, but then as comics change and the demand changed, they're like, well, let's make these people like more sadistic, and they use these kind of weird like goofy things, but they're really like fucked up under. Like the Joker is now probably one of the scariest Batman villains, just because they've made him more and more insane with each iteration. I mean, Greg Capullo and was it Snyder? Like
they cut his face off.
He cuts his own face off. I mean, where do you go from that? I mean, it's like he just start like dismembering himself and like all this shit. So and then he like staples it back onto his face. So you know, that's the thing is like there's always pushing the envelope, but because they have licensing, they can't drop characters. They have to maintain them over a while, and they add new rogues to the gallery, but you know they love to kind of push on these buttons. So that's why this show kind of suffers from that, because they're having to like bring these characters back up and rewrite them. So just to kind of touch on one, so Penguin, Oswald Cobblepot, the guy who plays him is really he fits the character.
Oh, I think he's great.
Yeah, but then like there's all this like overacting shit that like comes in, and like they give him. I mean, not every show is perfect, but you know, I like his character, but then they always gotta be like, hey, he like hurts his leg, and he's like, oh, when you walk, you look like a penguin, and it's like, I hate that name, and it's like we have to keep like pushing the button. Like, by the way, did you know that this guy becomes the Penguin? Look, he's walking like a penguin. It's like, okay, we get it. First fucking season. So, but
I mean,
it's just, you know.
You're not wrong, but I kind of enjoy it. So shut up.
Yeah.
Basically.
You're not wrong, Donnie. You're just an not Donnie. What is it? Fuck. Yeah. So.
It is Donnie.
No, it's not Donnie. It's
not wrong.
Goodman's character.
Oh no! Yeah. You're right. Oh fuck! What's John Goodman's character's name? No, hold on.
Rabbit hole.
Big
okay, while you're looking that up, just yell it out when you find it out. So, because there's a continuity issue, I wanted to bring up some things that I saw, and then I got a list of things that someone who had more time than me found.
You're not wrong, Walter. You're just an asshole.
Walter. Okay. So, some of the continuity mix-ups. So all the characters having previous run-ins that didn't exist in the comics. So you have like Selena Kyle and Bruce like having these run-ins. You're having Bruce and Gordon having this like buddy relationship.
I'm fine.
I mean, let me just say, Bruce and Gordon did meet when Bruce was younger.
No,
but
I mean,
I don't
no,
think
I'm
they
saying
had
like
the relationship.
Oh no. Yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not.
Then I mean,
And
so
Selena never met Bruce before, she was Catwoman.
Right. And
but
that's kind of goes to my next
point.
point.
Their little young buddy relationship.
I know, and that's why I'm saying, like, if you take this show on face value and just kind of cut everything else out, it works because, like, just this kid in this, pickpocket, just having a relationship or whatever, and that works. But it's just with the current continuity in your head, it just kind of messes with your brain.
Okay, next one.
Going off of that, so the catalyst for the villains in the Batman's Rogues Gallery, like that's the whole like philosophy of Batman is, were they already there when he came on the scene, or did he escalate the system to where they now had a place to be as crazy as they want to be? So like in Batman Beyond, they bring this up, like Joker, not Batman Beyond, but Dark Knight. Joker's like, you've changed the game by coming onto the scene. Yeah. Like before, it was just like mobsters ripping people off. Now it's like you've like ascended above the back and forth. Now it's just about being crazy and the chaos of it, and that's why that character. I mean, the kind of philosophy of like the Joker and stuff really worked because he transcended the pettiness of like organized crime. It wasn't about the money. Like he even did that, which like setting a big pile of money on fire. Like it wasn't about that. But in this, it's like they were already there, and Batman just kind of showed up. He
just shows up and he's gonna fight him as little baby Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. So it's, and that's like that too. The change between that, because I think it's important that Batman comes first, because that's the whole dichotomy with Batman and his villains, is that there's a thin line between Batman and the people he's fighting, because they're all crazies in suits, but one is fighting for quote unquote good, but he's like running that razor's edge, like he has that line he won't cross and all that stuff. So it's big on Batman's philosophy that the order is in a certain way, because right now the way the show goes, it just kind of messes with it.
Agreed.
Yeah. Anything else on that?
I'm fine with it.
Okay. You're fine with it. One thing was a nitpick. Zaz was using a gun to kill people. I think that was pretty fucked up.
Does he only use a knife in the comics? I don't remember.
He's like, yeah, he kills people with a knife. That's why in the show, in the scene that I saw,
he's basically just an assassin in the show.
Yeah, well, he shoots somebody, then he takes like a box cutter out and like cuts himself.
Oh, that's
28.
Right.
It's like, what the fuck, dude? Like Victor Zsasz is like, he's not a hired hand. He just like he kills people. He's a serial killer.
Yeah.
And his thing is knives. Like that's his thing. Mm-hmm. And I was like, you saw him shooting people. I was like, what the fuck? I mean,
that's true, but I honestly don't care about Victor Zsasz enough to have that bother me.
Is that going to be your response to everything I say?
No, I'm not going to say that every single time. What are you talking about?
Okay. Well, these aren't nitpicks of things like I hated. It's just like these were the differences I'm seeing. Yeah,
it's just continuity errors with the main continuity. Continue.
Right. And so this is now going to the list. This actually might get into some spoilers. So,
how far are we spoiling?
I'm going to pick ones that I know pretty much are not spoilers. These are like general things about the show. So Gordon in the show is more of like a vigilante than he is like a cop in the comic books. Like, I know he's still kind of like the Boy Scout in both, but in this one it seems like he's more of a vigilante than he is a police officer. He's like willing to kind of go around certain things.
I think there's multiple times in the show where he like has to go around the law. Especially like season 2, if you get into season 2. And also the closer towards the end of season 1 when he's having to have Penguin's help,
Right.
He muddies that line.
Right. Yeah. So in this, that's kind of a little departure. I mean, I know he's kind of. I mean, in the comic books, he does kind of skirt the line. He does kind of skirt the line, but he's as forward about like kind of breaking protocol and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So the next one, this kind of brought up Batman no longer influences the rise of villains. Mm-hmm. And the next one kind of feeds off of that most of the villains, because of the new continuity with the show, all the villains have like 20 years extra on Bruce. So they're you think like everyone's Bruce, like 20 years older than Batman.
Bruce is 14 at the start of the show.
Is he?
Yes.
He looks younger.
He's 14 at the start of yes.
No.
Yes, I read that. He's 14 at the start of the show. But see, in the comics he's 8.
Okay. So yeah.
So they do age him up a little bit. They age him up a little bit.
Okay. He does not look 14. Or maybe my idea of a 14-year-old is mixed up.
Maybe.
So I'm gonna skip over that. That's a spoiler. Mm-hmm. So the matchup between Gordon and Cobblepot, kind of off continuity. They kind of doing stuff together. And Batman and Catwoman having a previous relationship before Batman is Batman and Selina is Catwoman.
Yes.
So other stuff I'm not going to touch on because I don't know
spoilers.
As far as spoilers it goes. But yeah, you can see like they took a lot of licenses. They're writing a new continuity. A lot of people are concerned like, is this new continuity for Batman? And it's like, it's Elseworld. It's not fucking with your childhood.
It's just a show. It's like Smallville,
Yeah. In this climate of nerddom, which we may get into with Star Wars, people are always concerned about. Do you want to discuss
Star Wars?
If something is fucking with their childhood memories, I do want to discuss it.
Do you want to discuss Star Wars? We can just do a separate little thing, a separate little blurb, where we discuss Star Wars: The Last Jedi. I think we. So,
wrapping this up, I didn't have any other Batman fandom stuff because Batman, it's Batman. Pretty much out there. Yeah, it's Batman. You can see Batman stuff all over the place. Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone's specifically targeting the Gotham TV show as I'm sure there's probably someone dressed up as Oswald Cobblepot.
Oh yeah,
with his emo hair.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it.
That's
all I got.
That's all you got.
Yeah, no clips except for I had a really good one of Oswald doing a goose sound, but
Hong Kong. I
didn't get it. You're my golden goose.
For everyone who actually watched the show, unlike Jared, I will now insert this scream.
Amusing, no?
And it's my favorite thing in the show.
Can you use that scream? Can you use that scream for all the wrong answers?
No, it's too much. It's too much. Once you hear it, it's too much.
Okay, where does it rank on the Wilhelm scale? Is it full Wilhelm or is it
Wilhelm is overdone. It's used in everything. So, I think I don't know if you caught the Tom Cruise scream from The Mummy. Did you catch that? That one was pretty good. I did not
watch that movie.
Well, no, I didn't either. It's in the trailer. So, fun story, when they originally uploaded the trailer for the Mummy movie with Tom Cruise, the sound mixing was not complete. And there is a moment in that trailer where at one point all you hear when all of this shit is happening on screen is Tom Cruise going, And that's all you hear.
I'm listening to it right now.
Okay, thank you.
I just watched it. What the fuck is that?
It's great.
Oh my god.
All right,
Nice.
sir.
almost-
What are we watching next week? That's on me to decide.
That is on you.
All right, so I figured since we just watched a 20-something episode show, let's go to a movie. And I'm saying let's watch one of my favorite movies of last year.
Batman and Robin. Oop, nope.
I mean, that is one of my favorite movies, but not Batman and Robin. It is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Ooh, good, because I haven't seen it yet.
Perfect. I really love that movie. Might be my favorite Marvel movie, which is a big statement. But I loved it a lot. So excited.
Now, I
to
hear
watch it
people
again.
say, compared to Volume 1, it's not as good.
It depends. I like it a lot. I like where the story goes. I mean, I honestly combine both of them in my head. So it kind of all meshes together. So in my mind, it's all one thing, and it's my favorite, as one thing. I guess if
do they follow each other? Like if you watch them back to back, do they lead into each other, or is it?
They're
time gap?
pretty much back to back.
Okay.
Like the Guardians movies are not on the same timeline as the rest of the Avengers movies.
Right.
They don't follow the same continuity. So they're pretty much back to back.
I tell you what, man. What's his face? Star-Lord in the fucking Infinity Wars. He's got to sell me on that mustache that he's sporting there in the trailer.
The mustache?
Because it's not working for me. Yeah, you see the thing he's got on his face? Google that shit.
God.
Yeah.
Star-Lord.
Star-Lord mustache. It's probably not gonna pop up.
I think you're the only person that thinks that.
Oh, I shouldn't do image search. Oh my gosh. This has nothing to do with what I just typed in. It's like clips from Ben 10. Okay. Anyway, watch the trailer again. At the end, you'll see him with this weird thing on his face.
I think
It's fucking Movember when they were filming that.
It's fine. All right, let's wrap it up. Next week we'll be back at you with Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, and I hope you're enjoying this double feature of Little Witch Academia and Gotham, uploaded 1 hour after each other. So, enjoy.
Sorry.
All right.
My fault.
If you would like to follow us on Twitter, you can follow us at the Fan-Cram Show, or no, just at Fan-Cram Show. Then, if you would like to follow me on Twitter, you can follow me at Justin_the_Scott.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. You're welcome for a double feature because, anticipation makes the heart grow fonder.
All right,
And you know what?
Trying to make
If
your
you're gonna-
mistakes
if I'm
seem
gonna get
better.
shit, follow me at Tokidoki Tensai on Twitter. TOKIDOKITENSAI. And if you want to bitch about not getting a show before Christmas, or if you want to say how awesome it is to get a double feature at the first of the year, fancramshowdown@gmail.com. Let me hear it.
You can find our podcast where all podcasts are sold. Be sure to rate us on iTunes if you like. That would be great. That would be really cool. Come on, guys. Let's rate our on iTunes. Come on.
Wait, what the? Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. All right.
Yeah,
Anyways,
yes.
thanks for
5
listening, everyone.
stars.
We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.